The eerie presence of dolls has always been a source of dread for many, and when rumors circulate about a doll being possessed by a malevolent entity, the chill in the air becomes almost palpable, like these horrific creations of what seems to be a demented mind. And this doll, who even managed to prevent its owner from selling it. But first, let's meet the most famous haunted doll of all time. Number 10. Annabelle. The ordinary-looking Annabelle doll residing in the Occult Museum of Ed and Lorraine Warren, the famed paranormal investigators, is far from harmless. According to the demonologist couple, the doll caused 2 near-death experiences, a fatal accident, and 30 years of demonic activity. The doll's haunting history began in 1970 when it was gifted to a young nurse named Donna. Donna soon noticed the doll moving on its own and finding it in different rooms with the door shut. Strange notes written on parchment paper began appearing throughout the apartment, and Donna's boyfriend Lou found bloody claw marks on his chest after encountering the doll. The medium called in to investigate revealed that the doll was possessed by a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins, whose body was found where the apartment was built. But the doll's sinister behavior continued, prompting Ed and Lorraine Warren to take it away, where it remains locked in a glass cabinet to this day, warning of the demonic force inside. Number 9. Pupa. Pupa's origins date back to the 1920s. This doll was gifted to its owner, who cherished it dearly until her demise in 2005. The owner was but a mere child of 5 or 6 when she received Pupa in Trieste, Italy. Pupa was her constant companion, accompanying her wherever she went, be it Italy, the United States, or Europe, until she finally rested in the United States. Pupa, at 14 inches tall, was primarily made of felt and supposedly had human hair on her head. She wore a blue felt suit that had been her attire since her creation. However, since her owner's passing, Pupa has displayed malevolent tendencies, causing distress to those who dare to come near her. The glass case in which she resides is said to steam up, and the words "Pupa hate" and "Pupa no" appear on the glass, written in a child's handwriting. But that's not all. Those who have dared to approach Pupa have reported strange sounds emanating from her glass prison, as if something was moving around. And at times, Pupa appears to be in different positions, despite nobody having touched her. Number 8. Singapore's Lost Doll. This doll, with its stained silk and lace dress, appears to have been left outside for the night, forgotten and abandoned. But don't be fooled by its seemingly innocent facade. This doll is cursed, possessing a malevolent power beyond comprehension. Rumors swirl that the doll has the ability to move of its own accord, following its prey wherever they may go. Some have even reported hearing a woman's voice emanating from its cold, lifeless form. But heed this warning, for if you ever chance upon this cursed doll, never remove its blindfold. For in doing so, you may unleash a curse so wicked that it will follow you home, forever haunting your every waking moment. This doll's curse is said to have been passed on to unsuspecting victims who have dared to approach it. The only way to keep the curse at bay, it seems, is to leave the blindfold in place, as one previous owner discovered. And yet, despite the warnings, this cursed doll still wanders the streets of Singapore, waiting to claim its next victim. So beware, dear soul, and pray that you never encounter its malevolent gaze. Number 7. Caroline. As the story goes, Caroline is no ordinary doll. She is said to be a vessel for not 1, but 3 distinct spirits, each vying for control over her porcelain body. Her haunted past begins in the dark alleys of Salem, Massachusetts, where she was discovered in an antique shop waiting for a new owner to claim her. Over the years, Caroline was passed from owner to owner, and with each passing year, more and more spirits seem to attach themselves to her. Some say that the doll's porcelain head holds the key to her possession, as if it were a gateway for these entities to enter our world and take control. Despite the numerous paranormal investigations conducted on Caroline, no one has been able to definitively determine the identity of the 3 spirits trapped within her. What is certain, however, is that Caroline's presence is undeniably eerie. She is said to emit an otherworldly energy, and those who have come into contact with her report feeling a sense of unease and discomfort. Her porcelain features, once charming and endearing, now seem twisted and distorted, as if they are being manipulated by forces beyond our comprehension. Number 6. Amelia. Amelia, the ancient doll from the 1800s, has a long and mysterious history that only adds to its eerie reputation. Legends tell that the doll was once owned by none other than the King of Italy, making it a prized possession coveted by many collectors. But as with many dolls that have been around for so long, Amelia's past is shrouded in mystery and darkness. Some believe that over the years, the doll has become a magnet for malevolent spirits, drawn to its antique charm and unsettling energy. One of the most disturbing things about Amelia is the sound of her crying. Despite having a broken voice box, the doll's plaintive cries for its mama can still be heard echoing through the halls where it resides. It is a sound that chills the bones and fills the air with a sense of unease and dread. Number 5. The Pulau Ubin Barbie. Deep in the heart of Singapore lies a shrine that bears witness to a tragic tale of love, loss, and the supernatural. According to legend, in 1914, during the turmoil of World War I, a German couple was captured by the British on suspicion of espionage. Their daughter managed to escape, but met an untimely end when she fell off a cliff in Pulau Ubin while trying to flee her captors. In honor of the young girl's memory, locals erected a shrine on the island, with only a porcelain altar and a crucifix to mark the site of her tragic demise. Rumors abound that the girl's spirit still lingers at the shrine and that she has always made her presence known in the most unexpected of ways. In 2007, a local man had a series of haunting dreams in which a spectral young girl led him to a toy store and showed him a specific Barbie doll. Driven by a sense of eerie compulsion, the man purchased the doll and placed it on the shrine in the exact spot where an urn had once stood. Since then, visitors have left offerings of beauty items like perfume and lipstick, hoping to curry favor with the girl's vengeful spirit. Though no overt paranormal activity has been reported, the doll's presence is undeniably creepy, a reminder that the dead have a way of making their desires known from beyond the grave. Number 4. Okiku. Deep within the confines of Uwamezawa Temple lies Okiku, also known as the Haunted Doll of Hokkaido, a chilling Japanese doll that allegedly grows human hair on its head. This antique toy is said to be possessed by the spirit of a little girl named Kikuko, who died of a cold at the tender age of 3. The doll's original owner, Ikichi Suzuki, gave it to his sister Kikuko, who cherished it dearly. After Kikuko's untimely death, her family noticed that the doll's hair had grown longer, which they interpreted as a sign that their daughter's ghost had possessed the toy. The doll was then enshrined, and its secrets were shared only with the monks at Manenji Temple, where it still resides today. Many visitors come to see the doll's hair, which flows down to its knees, and some claim that the doll has tiny teeth within its mouth. Those who dare to look too closely may awaken Kikuko's vengeful spirit. Number 3. Morbid Dolls. Shane Erin's morbid dolls are not for the faint of heart. These twisted sculptures are crafted with painstaking detail, using materials like resin, silicone, and even human hair to create hauntingly realistic textures. Each doll is a unique creation, depicting a creature that is simultaneously beautiful and grotesque, with teeth and lifelike eyes that seem to follow you as you move around them. Erin draws inspiration from a variety of sources, including horror films, fairy tales, and the natural world, to create these dark and twisted works of art. To him, they are little pieces of dark beauty, each one a reflection of the macabre and disturbing elements of the human psyche. With a growing cult following, Erin's morbid dolls have been featured in art galleries and exhibitions around the world, each one drawing in viewers with its eerie and unsettling presence. Indeed, Erin's creations seem to have a life of their own, invoking a sense of dread and fascination in all who behold them. Number 2. Robert. Robert the Doll, a 117-year-old toy, resides in a display case at the Fortis Martello Museum in Key West, Florida, where visits can glimpse his eerie form. Once owned by a Robert Eugene Otto, an artist from a prominent family, the doll is said to have had a sinister past. Otto, who had an unhealthy attachment to the doll, blamed it for strange happenings that occurred in his home. Children passing by the house claimed to see the doll appearing and disappearing through windows. Even after Otto's death, the doll remained a source of terror. Its new owner, Myrtle Reuter, experienced phantom footsteps and giggling and claimed the doll would move on its own. Eventually, Reuter donated the doll to the museum, where it remains to this day. Robert's influence persists, with visitors writing letters of apology to the doll after experiencing accidents, divorce, job loss, and paranormal activity. Number 1. Letter. Letta the doll, also known as Letta Me Out, is one of the most terrifying haunted dolls to exist. Crafted from carved wood and real human hair, it is said to be over 200 years old. Kerry Walton, the doll's owner, stumbled upon it in an abandoned home in Wagga Wagga, Australia in the 1970s and brought it back to his home in Queensland. The moment Letta entered his life, strange events began to occur. Household items moved on their own, the floor was marred with unexplained scuff marks, and Walton's children were plagued by nightmares. One terrifying night, they woke up screaming that Letta was speaking and moving on its own. Even dogs turned aggressive in the presence of the doll, and guests claimed to witness it moving. Walton, desperate to rid himself of the cursed object, attempted to sell it. However, he was unable to physically remove the doll from the car. Intrigued by the doll's strange powers, he delved into its origins, discovering that it was a vessel haunted by the spirit of a boy who drowned long ago. Today, Letta tours Australia with Walton, grinning eerily as it sits on the laps of those who dare to take a photograph. Its presence invokes fear and unease, a reminder of the dark and malevolent spirits that haunt our world. See you guys next time.